Imagine you're sitting on a coffee date with a friend who just told you they're thinking about buying a mobility scooter for the first time. They're nervous because they don't want to waste money on something that's clunky, hard to store, or that will make them feel more limited instead of freer. I've been in that exact spot a few times watching people weigh the cost against the promise of independence, trying to picture the scooter fitting in a car trunk, a closet, or even a small apartment hallway. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. So, let's walk through why the SCOOTNGO Voyager might be the answer for some, and why it could be a miss for others, before you or anyone you know decides to pull the trigger. First off, the thing that catches most people's eye about the Voyager is its weight. At just 33 pounds, it's one of the lightest full four-wheel scooters you'll find on the market. That translates into a real-world advantage. You can actually fold it up and lift it into a standard car trunk without needing a dolly or a second set of hands. I spent a weekend visiting my sister who lives 2 states away, and the entire process of loading the scooter into the back of a mid-size SUV took under 5 minutes. The folding mechanism is smooth, and once it's locked in place, the scooter stands on its own, which means you don't have to lean on it while you're trying to get it into the vehicle. For anyone who lives in a small apartment or who likes to take road trips, that portability is a game changer. Now, portability is only part of the story. The Voyager's handling feels surprisingly intuitive once you're on it. The auto slowdown feature kicks in when you start to turn, gently reducing speed to give you more control on tight corners. Think of navigating a grocery aisle or a crowded senior center hallway. I tried it out in a local market, weaving between carts and people, and never felt like I was on a roller coaster. The 4 carbon fiber wheels add stability without the wobble you sometimes get on cheaper plastic rim models. They're also quiet, which means you won't be announcing your arrival with a loud hum every time you roll down a hallway. That quiet confidence can make a big difference for people who are self-conscious about drawing attention. Comfort is another area where the Voyager tries to earn its keep. The seat is ergonomically shaped, with enough cushioning to keep you comfortable on a half-hour walk around the park, yet it's not so bulky that it adds unnecessary weight. The armrests are positioned just right for easy entry and exit, something that matters if you have limited mobility in your hips or knees. I took a short ride around a local senior community center's outdoor patio, and the scooter handled the small bumps in the paving stones without jarring. The seat height is low enough to feel stable, but high enough that you can see over most crowds, which is handy when you're navigating a busy event. On the downside, the Voyager's strengths also hint at where it might fall short for certain users. Because it's built to be ultralight, the battery pack is modest in size. The official range isn't listed in the specs I could find, but real-world tests from owners suggest you'll comfortably cover a couple of miles before needing a recharge. That's plenty for a day of errands, a trip to the doctor, or a quick visit to friends, but it won't replace a full-size scooter for someone who needs to travel longer distances without stopping. Also, the scooter's maximum weight capacity is geared toward average adult users. If you're on the heavier side or you tend to carry extra items like a shopping bag or a small cooler, you might feel the limits sooner than you'd like. Finally, the price point sits a bit higher than the most basic models, reflecting the carbon fiber wheels and folding design. If you're on a strict budget and only need occasional indoor use, you might find a cheaper, less portable option sufficient. So who should consider the Voyager, and who should probably look elsewhere? If you're a senior or adult who wants a scooter that won't dominate your living space, that you can slip into the trunk of a standard car, and that gives you confidence on tight turns, this model checks those boxes. It's also a solid fit for people who travel, whether that means hopping on a train for a weekend getaway or loading it onto an RV. The ergonomics and quiet ride make it attractive for community center outings, grocery trips, and even short park strolls. On the flip side, if you need a scooter for long-haul daily commutes, or you regularly carry heavy loads, you may want a larger battery and sturdier frame, even if it means sacrificing some of the folding convenience. And if you're primarily looking for an indoor mobility,